Welcome everybody to the Rev Match Podcast, the automotive podcast where Mike has a new hat and apparently was trying to talk before we even started the show.
Just saying.
Just saying.
That's a nice hat. That's a really nice hat you got there, buddy.
That's a real. When you put it to the camera and like out of the emo lighting, I know you're a big fan of My Chemical Romance and everything, but damn, that shit is pretty fucking wet, dog.
It was pretty nice.
I saw it in person yesterday, and I felt it and touched
like
it, and it was pretty nice. I am impressed.
We're still talking about the hat?
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
What's up, boys? We are back with another one. Jamal has food poisoning, so he's gonna be lurking in chat or whatever. This one, what the fuck, Mike?
Jesus.
Mute your stream. So yeah, we're just gonna be chilling. We're gonna be vibing. We're gonna be talking about Tokyo Auto Salon. Mike is just absolutely destroying my life right now. What are
I'm not trying to.
What are we? You had one job, which was
one job. I didn't realize I was doing that this whole time. My bad.
Yeah, dude. We need. Never mind. Whatever.
I got it. Definitely you.
What up, dude? We're getting started here. Just kind of, we're just gonna be chilling tonight. Like I said, Jamal's sick. I feel like everybody's had a lot of shit going on outside of the automotive space and the podcast, so we're just kind of all disheveled. But we want to make sure that we're keeping the content flowing. So fucking here we are. We're gonna do what we used to do way back in the day, which is sit and drink, and talk about cars until everybody's tired of looking at each other. So.
Well, we do. I mean, we did have some stuff to talk about from Timmy's car, and then we actually got to go use that stuff this weekend too. So
I saw that. Thanks for the invite. Just kidding.
You're welcome.
Yes, all the way from Texas.
You should click watch stream.
I'm not going to do that because I don't want to just look at Mike's Google. I just needed a thing in the spot.
Oh, he doesn't have an R there? Oh.
Yeah, I do. I put it back.
Oh, did you? All right.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, yeah, this was a great idea. There we go. Okay. So Timmy got wheels and he lowered his car finally.
Woo! Yeah.
So
a whole whopping 0.9 inches. It was
dude,
every
I don't know if you know that, ladies, but that's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot, dude.
It was really good. It was 034 Motorsport springs, and they work with like the factory dampers, and it's like the perfect amount of ride height, and they feel good. They feel real nice.
That's the big thing, is that it works with the factory dampers, right? Is that you want that?
Yeah.
You want that that suspension's cool, man, you know?
Yes.
You don't want to.
It's very good.
Timmy, what the fuck is your Instagram handle?
I don't know. Timmy
at 10A.
No, I thought it was still iHeartCox42069. My bad.
No, that was last year.
That was last year. He's a big fan of roosters, guys. He's got a whole. He's got books about him all over the place. Just giant book of cocks. You can't get enough of him. This guy and his cocks. Anyway,
just loves them.
Love them.
Just fucking,
they're the best.
Just can't get enough of them. So yeah, Timmy got wheels.
So I did wheels.
They're pretty sweet.
I did all my brakes and did some non-OEM brakes finally, and I got some nice slotted rotors that look all pretty and stuff. I cleaned my calipers. If you, I don't know if I sent you
it was so
that
bad.
picture. Okay, did you guys know my calipers were red? Is that a thing? Did you know?
I actually didn't know
your
calipers were red.
Dude,
all of a sudden,
can you DM the photos of the car, because I can't.
So I somehow put some physical work into my car, and like I cleaned my caliper, and all of a sudden there was red underneath the dirt that was there for the last 60,000 miles.
It's like the biggest piece of shit, you know? Like you buy this super. Let me rephrase. You lease this super nice car.
All right, there are photos that you can
in
use
the DMs. Okay.
In the DIMS.
Yeah, there in mine or the Rev Match one?
Rev Match. Oh, I'm sorry. Do they need to go to you?
No, they need to go to message unavailable. Use the Instagram app to view this type of. God, Instagram. Why are you such just a giant flaming pile of shit? You know what I'm saying? Anyway,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Timmy,
absolutely.
The thing. Okay, let's be fair here. You put BBSs on it, which was a good look. It looks good. You put silver BBSs on it.
It looks
Lord,
fantastic.
it looks fantastic.
Yeah.
You cannot black it out now.
No, I'm
Please
not
don't.
going to.
Okay.
I decided against it. Okay, like, can you put a picture of my car up so that I
Yeah, if
need
you
a front end shot.
Sure.
Uh,
let
I need opinions
me.
just because I have this issue on the front of my car where that little dent is at the bottom of the front lip. And I feel like if I just got it wrapped in black, it would take care of that
You have a
issue,
dent
if
on
you
your
know what I
car?
mean. It's the little
There it goes.
bottom front lip at the very
That
bottom.
one worked for whatever reason. I don't know why. So
Really?
okay, so you're talking about the little. Oh, I see it.
That little piece on the silver. And so
Yeah,
since the
right
grill is
here.
already black, what if I just did that bottom piece silver, left the fog light area, whatever that is, left those silver? Because I want to cover up that piece, but I don't
My
want
heart
to.
says just replace that piece, dog.
$400 for that
Bought
Cry
a,
about it.
piece.
you bought a
I
fucking
I am
German
crying about it
car.
right now.
I
Right now
don't
to
know
you.
what you wanted. I don't.
No.
What did you expect here,
I
sir? You thought
expected the plastic to cost $12.
Yeah. How
It
much
cost-
was that tail light again?
We don't need to talk about the taillight.
also if
So-
my microphone sounded like shit until this very moment, I'm sorry. Um yeah, I mean, I no,
yeah.
dude, you've gone full like sleeper now. Like the silver
It
BBSs,
is.
you got to commit. I think doing the black grill works because it was such an obnoxious big silver grill before, right? So I think you
Yeah.
can do the
Yeah.
black grill without really having to do anything. I think you keep the silver lip, and I know you hate it, but I think you put the silver mirror caps back on, dude. Like I'm serious.
I
think
I don't have them. They're gone. I
get them
traded
wrap. I
them.
mean, you can wrap them.
It wouldn't be the same.
It'd be really close. That's a pretty fucking generic silver, dude. Like it's nothing
It would be
special.
pretty close.
Yeah, you get it.
Uh,
And because it's so far away from the front of the car, you know what I mean? You can't put them next to each other to like see it. I think it look fine, but I think you just commit to the dad build at this point. You know what I mean? Like it's not too low. But it's
it's pretty
fast and it's
perfect.
it's low key. It's not super loud. It doesn't make fucking a ton of crazy turbo noises. You know what I mean? So it's like it's pretty legit. I for one like the direction as much as I love blacking shit out. It's tough with a blue car, man.
And I mean, I feel like with black wheels, they're so overplayed because I mean, you can't really even see what the wheels really are
Nah, you gotta
unless you're like
do
looking at the car.
you've gotta do like contrast. So like if you see like CCW classics when they're blacked out and they'll do like the faces and the satin and then the barrels and the gloss black, like that looks legit.
Yeah.
Or like a big 5-spoke or a 6-spoke where the wheel is clearly defined because you can see the rotor. But like when you get
Yeah.
black mesh wheels, it's like what are we
I mean,
Right.
like my old wheels, the black 20s that I had on, I mean, like they looked cool in like photos, but
it's too big
they
of a
really
wheel
weren't
for
that
one.
great. No, I
Yeah.
mean, unless I was bagging the car. If I was gonna slam that thing, those would have been
I think it's
great.
really funny that you track your S4. And I don't mean that like
So great.
disparagingly. It's just like
It's
nobody's
Nobody
like
else
not
does.
common at
it's
all.
not a
No.
track car, right? It's like it's
No,
a
there's
fucking
on the forums there is no talk about track use. I mean,
yeah, it's
there's
a
like
highway
I
killer, dude. You know what I mean? You just cruise around fucking smoking shit. That's it.
it's so good though. I mean, I will be at Thunder Hill on Sunday, and the first time I went was on some little hand cooks and some stock pads and stock brake fluid and rotors and no tune. And this time I have differential inserts and the transmission
Oh shit.
stiffen insert.
Dang.
I
I've
didn't know
got the
you was doing
lowering
like that.
springs, wheels.
PS4S's, you got
Yeah,
you
I'm
got
on the Pilot Sport 4S's. As I'm excited. I know
proper
where there's a lot of
proper
place
build.
I can make up my time, so I'm
That's
excited to
tight,
really
dude.
push it.
That's fucking cool, man. I like that. But so you guys got to take it out.
Yeah, that was a fun drive. Unfortunately, we didn't get to go too fast. Uh, Lenny did get in front of me, and at our first stop, I politely asked Lenny to go behind me. And Lenny's like, "Why am I too slow?" And I'm just Yeah. Timmy just fucking called me too slow. Like, dude, okay, like Mike would totally
I
accelerate and like take off, and
fucking
like Lenny
love
wouldn't
that.
do anything.
I love
Like,
that. I fucking love that. I love that so much.
I thought Lenny
Listen.
was gonna let somebody that like moved over so that we could go by. I thought Lenny was just gonna let that guy back in front of us.
Was he just? I
B-
mean, to be fair, he's driving an R32. You know, it's a
I
little
feel like
harder to
he was focused
fix.
on gas. I think he was focused on gas. But speaking of fixing, so we start the day.
This is
Oh,
fucking great.
We
fucking
start the day.
shit.
We all go from Lenny's house to get tire pressure and stuff at the gas station. And 5 seconds down the road, it's perfect because Lenny happened to get in the lane next to me, and I pulled out my phone and I recorded it. And you can hear Lenny, "Stoom," and you hear an intercooler hose pop off. And I was like, "What the fuck was that noise?" And then all of a sudden, like, we come to a stop sign, and Lenny just like rolls in front of Mike and I at the stop sign. So we don't know what he's doing. He's just like sitting there sideways in the intersection. So he eventually like pulls over and he's like, "I popped a coupler." Fucking busts out his toolkit, and like Mike holds the fender
Which-
back, and then he like cut his hand open
Hold
on
on,
that
hold on,
thing.
hold on. Back up. We left Lenny's house driving him through the apartment parking lot, and he forgot this bag of tools. And I'm so goddamn glad he went back for this bag of tools, because this is not the last time he uses the bag of tools on this trip. That's all
So
I
he
gotta
fixes
say.
the coupler.
Are we exposing Lenny right now? Are we
Oh,
yeah.
like
Oh
Well,
yeah.
so
He,
like
dude,
here,
he was fine. He was fine.
so
He was totally.
here he's been for a year and a half now saying that he won't change his tint because it's factory, when we've come to find out
Right.
that thing is a shitbox.
Well, okay.
Making too much moves.
With all due respect. With all due respect.
in the second time he had to use the toolkit was really
was
not his
unfortunate.
fault.
No.
Yeah. But Tim can finish telling the rest of the story.
So he finishes the coupler and we go on our drive. Some wonderful 2005 Subaru Outback owner takes up half of our drive on the way there. But then as we go, we start to get into snowy area. We did
Yeah.
193 from Auburn up to Placer, up to
Yeah.
almost to Placer. And it started getting real icy. And I mean, I wasn't slipping and sliding, not on the way up, but like I saw how much snow and stuff there was, and like Mike texted me, but I didn't see the text. I pulled over where I took the photos, and we might as well turn around. So we
Yeah.
fucking turn around, and all of us, as soon as we start going down, I was probably going 20 miles an hour around a
Yeah.
curve, and my rear end slid out. Traction control on, my rear end just started sliding out, and like everything was fine and I was cool. But when I went around the next corner, I didn't see Lenny anymore behind me,
Uh-oh.
and so we all pull
Yeah.
over. And
Well-
Lenny slid into the snow. I mean, we were pretty far, and like me and Mike had to back up our
Did he
cars.
fuck up the car? Is the car fucked up?
The lip got attacked, and some of the paint on the lip and the side of the bumper is bad. And I was like, "Dude, I'm sorry, that sucks." He's like, "Oh, it's cool. It's not the first time with this lip. It's fine. It's just a lip."
Yeah.
And he was just like, he didn't even fucking care. He just like reattached the fucking
Yeah,
lip. And I'm
dude,
like,
I mean, he
"Okay,
drives
let's
the
go."
shit out of that car. Like, he beats the
He-
fucking crap out of that thing. You know what I mean? So,
Lenny, by the way,
Life-
if you're listening
life
to
of
this
a
next
Skyline
time,
owner.
you fucking better get some goddamn tires for that car.
And they were
Is
pretty
these-
bald.
are they
They're
bald?
They're
Records.
pretty bald.
They're records.
Slicks, bro.
When we were stopping to look at the damage of his car, I'm like looking down and I'm like, Lenny, what the
We
fuck?
So
Lenny and
fucking
I
on brand.
talked about him getting tires the last time I just gave his car a once over. And this was months ago.
Yeah, but he hasn't driven it because they didn't have registration for the car. He just got reg again for the car, so he
had all that time to get tires.
It's a fair point.
Yeah, good
So
point.
sad. I just like I freaked out. I had a butthole pucker moment from sliding, and then I didn't see Lenny behind me, and I just knew.
I
something
noticed.
was wrong.
I slid behind Lenny.
I noticed Mike didn't take the R33 out there.
I asked him about it.
No.
No.
This is the first time I actually got to take the Subaru on a drive since
That's
I've
fair
done
point.
what I did. So
That's fair
like,
point.
it is a totally different car.
Oh, for
Holy
sure, dude.
shit,
Yeah.
that thing is fast. God damn it.
Yeah.
Like, it sucked that we didn't get to go as far as we did because Timmy and I always drive very well together. and like to chase each other. Like it's a very good. We see each other's lines and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I'd be really curious to see what my STI does against his S4 and like.
We never had a good spot to even like line up on the way back to see. I feel like your car and my car on 91 is like that's where we are. And then I'm on E85 and I'm just like a little bit faster than your car.
Oh no, I think you're like
It'd
way
be a
the fuck out
lot.
here.
You're a lot of bit faster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've got dude, you've got
The
two
fact-
more
hey, the-
cylinders, and it's like, you know what I mean, and like not,
all-wheel
and you have
drive,
direct
sticky
injection.
tires.
Yeah, you've got like
Right.
Launch control and an automatic. Yeah, you
I
can
need
smoke
to
the
do
fuck out of me.
I need to do a quarter mile with my draggy because my 11.6 was on 20s in light rain.
Yeah, it's true. You
So
should do it.
Oh
in
yeah.
Yo, have you guys seen, like, I know we talk so much shit about this car.
So much.
So much shit. Have
So
you guys
much.
seen what the new WRXs are doing?
No.
Power-wise, yes.
No,
Yeah.
bro,
It's stupid.
they're hitting fucking mid 3 0 to 60s on a tune.
Yeah.
Just a tune and pump gas.
Jesus.
Just that's it.
That's what they were like. They were like, let's make the car look like shit, but build it so well that they're gonna
But
buy
it's
it
like-
anyways.
But it's like the thing about buying a Subaru, like a WRX and STI, is that they always fuck you out of $10,000. It doesn't matter what it is. Before
That
it
is
used to be,
correct.
you couldn't get good power unless you threw $10,000 at it, and now it's like you can't get a good looking car unless you throw $10,000 at it. And it's
Dude, that's
like,
a fucking fact. That's
and
a
it's like,
fucking fact.
just stop selling me a $35,000 car for $45,000 and sell
Right.
me a completed painted fucking vehicle for $55. You know, and it's like
Dude,
Now,
it's so
hey,
frustrating.
Are they making like the new STI? Is it still going to be manual?
There's no STI.
STI,
But
bro.
they're done.
There's
Oh,
they
yeah.
said the
I have-
next
I
STI
have the last
will have
generation.
the next STI will be some form of either electric or hybrid powertrain. I think it'll be a hybrid, if I'm being completely honest with you.
Gotta be.
I think they'll do like the electric motors up front or some shit, or like in the middle of the transfer, something. I don't know. They're gonna put it
I don't know,
in somewhere
man.
inside the driveline, you know. But
They'll probably be through the like a lot of hybrids are through the transmission.
yeah, nowadays they will even
Yeah.
like they have those ones for the Porsches, right? Where you can put like a small lithium battery pack, and then like it's like a drive motor that goes in between the transmission and the engine. So it just like
Yeah.
it'll
That's
just
yeah.
what it is. Yeah.
yeah, it'll add like another 60 to 80 foot-pounds of torque. Or no, it's more than that. It's probably in the 100, but yeah, you can hit it for like a boost, right? We'll probably do something like that, which is tight. Don't get me wrong. I think that's rad, but
Right.
it's also just like sell me a car that doesn't look like I don't even know what
Shit.
that thing just
Okay,
such a
can we
piece of
just
shit.
like bring back a coupe, please?
Dude, yes. They don't
I-
sell. That's why.
Just bring back the coupe market.
Not here.
They don't sell.
There,
They
there's
don't
just
sell,
me and the
yeah.
BRZ. I mean, I feel like the BRZ has become a huge hit.
Because there's no other option.
So make more options. Bring back
Right,
the
but-
S2000. If they brought back the S2000 and like
It's not
Nissan
gonna
brought
happen.
There's
back
no
the
market
Z, the
for it, dude. There's no
Supra,
well, yeah, but you got to understand. Yeah, but look at
everything's gonna
dude,
go electric.
No, but look at how expensive all those cars are. The BRZ
that's
is $35,000, and that's the cheapest two-door you can
No.
get.
No, they're
Yes.
31.
Jesus.
They're
That's a lot
31,
for that
bro.
car.
I mean, it's a really great car. Honestly, they handle really nice. My buddy at one of my
It
my
is a lot
sons.
for that car though.
Yeah, one of the dads at jiu-jitsu has a new one. Well, it's the new FRS, but it's fucking same shit.
Yeah.
It's nice, dude. It's way nicer than the old one, honestly.
Well,
um,
actually, it's a 86 because an FRS is no longer a car.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Oh, but I will say what's stupid is the old BRZ FRS were like 27 grand for a base model, and now because they fixed the motor issue and did some suspension upgrades and stuff, it's 32 grand, 31 grand.
What
for
is
a
the start?
base.
Wait, what is it? Are you sure about that?
I'm pretty sure
We're
Varun
gonna
said he
find out.
paid 32 grand for his.
That doesn't mean
his
that's what the
BRZ.
MSRP is. That just means
No,
it's
he
what you
paid. He
got.
paid MSRP.
He did.
He paid no markup.
Yeah. Oh, just like we're gonna pay MSRP on these GR Corollas. Yeah, right.
Okay. Can we talk about that? Can I talk about that?
First of all, starting MSRP 28.4. Anyway,
Ooh.
They still have oil pickup issues. I'm not surprised the motor didn't change in those cars.
no, they just
yeah, I
gave it.
know.
Yeah, it wasn't.
They
It's,
have
it's
those oil issues.
yeah. They're still eating the RTV and grenading the engines, right?
Yeah.
So GR Corolla, when I go to get my wheels, we all know Ryan from Elite Auto Works. He's the one that got my wheels for me and tires and everything and ceramic them. So I show up and he's got a GR Corolla
Tight.
and he took me for a ride. It was fucking awesome.
I've heard the car's quite badass.
Dude, it's so grippy. I mean,
Yeah.
it was raining. It was one of the stormy days, and I mean, he took me out on the freeway on like Auburn, where like the freeway like curves hard, and he
Yeah.
was trying to like make it break,
It
and
won't do
it
it.
just wouldn't break, and it was just all over the freeway.
You should drive a Range Rover in the wet. They do the same shit. It's fucking wild.
That's
Yeah.
wild. That's
Dude,
heavy.
I had a dude in a Velar. You
Yeah.
can't get you can in a Velar on fucking 22s in the rain. You cannot get it to break loose. I had a dude try on an off ramp like doing it, and his wife's like freaking out. And I'm laughing because I know it's not gonna break loose. Right? I'm in the back seat. He was like, I'm moving to Michigan. Blah blah blah. It's gonna be driving this shit. And yeah, he's like fucking not doing it. Just wasn't fucking happening. But no, I've heard those things are sick. I just can't fucking pay
It needed
60
a power
G's.
steering rack after that, but you know.
Not my Velar, not my problem. I just sold the motherfucker. Dude, we leased it. I'm not even gonna get into that deal. Dude, Keith fucking honey dicked that dude into the most gross lease I've ever seen in my life. He was paying $1,200 a month to lease a $72,000 Velar or some shit. It was it was really bad.
Holy crap.
But yeah, no, it's like, yeah, the GR Corollas, they're like, some of the ADM is like 15, 20 grand. I've seen him go for like 60, 65. If this dude paid, if you paid five over, I can stomach. I can stomach $5 grand
That's
over.
not bad.
That's not bad. 10, 15, 20, get the fuck. It's a Corolla. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
You know what
now
I mean?
Is that the super duper like track package one?
So there's the base, there's the core, there's the core, the circuit, which is the one with the roofs, the hood scoop and all that, the one everybody wants. And then there's the Mizuno, which has no back seat and like a little bit of extra power and it's a little bit stiffer or some shit. That one you just fucking can't get. That one was super limited, but I think that one was like a 30G markup.
Jesus Christ.
It's just too much. It's like listen, it's an amazing Corolla, but it's still a Corolla.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know? It's still like the interior is still it's a Corolla with dope seats. And you know,
it's pretty nice though. I'd after riding in it, I'd pay 40 grand for it.
Yeah, no. I think you know, for the circuit at like 43 to 44, listen, it's turbocharged, it's all-wheel drive, it's a wide body on the factory car. Like there's a lot of development cost that goes into that. It's a small run vehicle. I get it, and I'm cool with that. Maybe even 50 with a markup, right? Can't do it. I couldn't do a penny more. I couldn't do a fucking penny more than that. Like I would be struggling at 50 for the circuit. You know what I mean? I'd be like, ugh, it's still a fucking Corolla. Still a fucking Corolla. I think I think there is an argument that if you can buy a CTR for MSRP, a new one, it also has ungodly amounts of mechanical grip.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's a little bit more usable. It's a little bit bigger. It's a tried and true. It doesn't look as good, but I listen, I firmly believe that the CTR will be one of those cars like the new M3s where everybody fucking hated them when they came out, right? Because the stupid front end. And now the more and more of them I see, I'm like, those motherfuckers might have been onto something. They might have been onto something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That green one from Road and Track right there?
Yeah, it's pretty fucking tits, dude.
Pretty clean.
Dude,
you see TJ Hunt's green one that he has?
Yeah. That like dark forest green.
That's his shit with the
Yeah.
It doesn't look bad.
I would fuck with that.
Dude, there's 100%. There's an M3 in town and it's murdered the fuck out straight Batmobile that I'm like, shit's pretty wet. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's kind of
my thing about the CTR, the only thing I don't like is the wing.
The wing's not great, but I think I finally saw one in person. And it is
look good in person.
It is very noticeable how wide that ass is compared to a stock Civic. I feel I was completely right. It is understated but aggressive, which is what I love about Hondas, fast Hondas, OG fast Hondas. The last gen CTR was too much, dude. It was just there's fucking wings and fucking fake shit. Fake plastic bullshit all over the place. I'm like, dude, they're like, nah, fuck that. Let's do clean. And if you go and look at an old Civic Type R, like an EG Civic Type R, It's got 5 lugs, a badge that says CTR, and a front lip, and you really can't fucking tell other than that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So they went back to that, and I think it's better. I will fucking die on that hill that the new CTR is a better looking car than the old one. Like, I will fight motherfuckers to the death for that shit. But I think,
I mean, it does fit the brand more,
yeah,
but I like the other one better.
No.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I'm never gonna buy one.
yeah. I mean, I would buy a new CTR. I mean, I've wanted a really nice Honda for a minute now. So like, because they're just cool. You know what I mean? But 45 G's is still fucking a lot of money for a Civic, dude. It's the same. It's
Yeah,
the
it
same
is.
thing. You know, it's like these cars are amazing, but like, fuck, they're expensive, dude. It's just for what they are. You know, when you think like you're in Z territory for
Yeah.
45 grand, especially for 60 fucking G's. You're in really
what
nice
motor
Z
comes
territory.
in that?
Right.
In which one?
You could buy a 2-year-old
CTR?
S4.
Get the fuck out of here. The new CTR, it's a K20Z1. It's a turbo 2-liter. It's the same engine out of the last one, it just makes more power. It's like
Buy an old
315 or
Probably-
some shit.
Maybe different turbo.
It's just, you know, man, the shit with factory engines. They first iteration,
Right.
it's like we have more to give, but we need something to sell people on when the next one comes out, so we're gonna wait, right? So it's like,
Right. Yep.
Yes, sir.
ease what it is, bro. But yeah, I don't know, man. 60 G's, 45, 50, 60 G's for little Japanese cars. It's a tough beat. But
It
it's to your
is.
point, Timmy. It's because there's no options, so they can charge this money for these cars, right?
Yeah.
But there's no
think-
market for them either, so they have to charge money for them. So it's like, what do we do?
And think about car prices in 1908
Oh my
when the
God.
Model T came mass produced.
Uh-huh.
Anybody take a guess how much they were selling for?
$800.
Anybody else?
1100.
I'm gonna say like 420.
No, it's gonna be, yeah.
$250.
God
I'm
damn, are you
closest.
serious?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
because they created the assembly lines, right? Which reduces the cost
Right.
on cars.
Thanks. Thank you for the
Right.
fun fact, Kyle.
Yeah, I got you.
Random facts with Kyle.
Du-du-du-du.
I don't know. It's the best thing. Also,
make
hey,
that Instagram
I never hit record on this. So when everybody who's
Oh.
gonna watch this later, if the audio sounds like a little grainy, it's because it's a Twitch VOD recording. So sorry.
Oh my god.
It's been a long couple weeks.
We'll
Listen,
just make
dude.
it just a live show. How about that?
Listen, no, well, it's fine. You know, listen. You guys don't even know how many times it's happened. Like half the time, I don't even tell you guys.
Sounds
I'm
fine
just-
to me. Fuck it.
Exactly. Nobody else has ever brought it up. I'm just like, oh, fucked up.
Nobody cares.
Good thing I make sure Twitch records everything that we fucking stream.
I'll be sure.
Yeah, man. Anyway, hey, Tokyo Auto Salon happened.
So disappointed in some of that
What part? I want to know.
GTR. So
That
fucking
we're
Oh,
still
dude.
still dealing with it.
Oh,
Dude, they
come
hyped that-
on.
Fuck that. They hyped that shit up so much. Like this
Can
is
you-
gonna be like this.
Can you bring it up
different-
on your screen, Mike, while we're chatting so you can see it? Because I have to go to the bathroom and give everybody to look at instead of me for like a half second. Yeah, no, there's a new GTR.
It's 24 GTR.
Yeah, this bitch is what it came out in 07, right? The first iteration of
Like
that.
that.
It was announced in 07. I think
We've
it
we've
was,
had
like,
this
released in
exact same
08.
conversation about the origins of the GTR like a million times.
But it's the same fucking car. Like,
You really can't see.
Okay, the person that has that like dark blue render on Instagram of what it should look like compared to like the R34, that is what the new GTR should
Well,
look
and like, was it Larry Chan that was like, here, I'll bring it up here. He was like, oh, I can see the inspiration from the R34. And I'm like, because they put the bar across the front. Now it's inspired by.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it's
like,
dude,
Ooh.
it's new bumpers and it's just new bumpers and new
new
lights.
bumpers and
new
new fog
wheels.
lights.
And yeah, new wheels, and it's yeah. So they got rid of
and-
the black thing in the front, and now it's all body colored, right? And there's the bar
Yeah.
that goes across the front. It's it's just the same fucking
What I
car,
just
dude.
sent you to the Instagram is what it should look like.
It's just yeah, I could fuck with this. Yeah, that's way cooler. Way cooler, and like legit, you could build like. I can't even believe that like I'm gonna like say this out loud, but they could have put that body on the exact same car, spruced up the interior a little bit, and sold it for another 15 years and nobody would give them a shit.
No.
No.
Seriously, because the powertrain's legit. It still makes a fuckload of power.
Yeah.
Very easily. Very
You
easily.
get 700 horsepower out of these things with like downpipes and a tune and E85. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Yeah.
there's not really a lot wanting there, but the interior is super dated. The exterior looks
Yeah.
too much like the same car. Like, just do the same shit you did with the 400Z or the new Z, right? Just build it on the bones of the 370, but make it look different enough to where everybody cares.
Yes.
That's all you had to do. Just
And if you
Nissan.
care about that, make sure you like and subscribe to the Red
And
Bull
fucking
Podcast.
slack those notification bells. Bitches.
Ping!
Yeah.
Do it.
And buy our shit. We have a website. There's merch on it. redbatchpodcast.com. Get your t-shirts, get your hats, get your phone cases, get your throw blankets, get your
That
individually
was hot.
licensed condoms.
Ooh.
That was good.
I'm not. We
Coming
don't
next
have.
week.
We don't have condoms. We're all about.
Coming next
We're all about
Damn it.
pull-out game out here, baby.
Yeah.
I like to live dangerously. Yeah. No. The new GTR. Fucking. I'm used to being disappointed at the GTR by now. But like, hey, we got to see the Liberty Walk F40. And like,
that shit was tight.
that shit was
I
hot,
like
dude.
that.
That shit was I was really like, so I'm gonna have a boomer moment right now.
Oh,
So
God.
like, I remember seeing in Super Street in like 2007,
Jesus.
like the
Super
first,
Street.
yeah, right, when there was real magazines that I would pay money for at spots. It was the original like Rocket Bunny S13 that looked like a NASCAR, right? Before bolt-on over fenders were everywhere and all that shit. And so, and he did basically that same kit for a million different cars, and they did the Pandem kits for a million different cars, whatever. And I was like, they're showing he's teasing photos on his Instagram and shit. And I'm like, dog, if you just like fucking bolt on over fender nationals on an F40, like people will lynch you in the street. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't cut up an F40. And like even the Mura that he did that actually wasn't a Mura. It was just built on a GT 4 GT, right? Or some shit like that. I was like, you can't cut up an F40 or whatever. And then he brings this fucking heat. And I was like, all right, maybe you can just fucking cut up an F40. Cause like shit is it's
so
really
tight.
clean. Like, I don't even know if he did anything to the engine at all. I don't even know that I care. Like, if I'm being completely honest with you, dude.
So did that start as just a regular F40? Did they buy like something that was crashed and then built that?
That was nope.
That is an
It was a
F40.
pristine red F40.
Oh my god.
The fucking cajones on this dude, my guy.
Seriously.
Right. Like,
because that's gotta be, what are those, $3 or $4 million at least?
Let's see.
They're like, I think they're from what I've seen on Bring a Trailer, I feel like they're around like 2. You might be right around 3.
So well-kept
Timmy, you should
examples selling for as high as 1.9 million and sometimes even more.
Dude.
So yes.
Go call it $2 million. So you took a $2 million car and fucking cut that bitch up for a wide body.
Well, so
See now, but doesn't Ferrari like sue people for
cease and desist constantly? It's a joke though, because they actually can't enforce them. That's the thing. Because you can't. I own this motherfucker. It's my property, right? So they try to do it to protect the brand, but if I didn't sign
your brand look cool.
But if I didn't sign a contract with the company that I purchased the thing from, saying I will not cut this up, they have no legal standing to make me stop.
Can't do nothing,
right?
Yeah.
Like when Ford sued John Cena when he sold his Ford GT.
Oh yeah.
Then it's part of the purchase agreement that you do not sell the car for X amount of time or whatever, right? So he was in violation of a legal contract. Murrah didn't buy this fucking F40 from Ferrari, right? He bought it from a private collector or somebody already owned it and wanted him to do it, right?
Yeah.
That's their fucking property. If they decide to cut it up, fuck you, dude. So it's like a joke inside the thing, right? Of like, like frame your fucking cease and desist from Ferrari, like Daily Driven Exotics when they twin turboed that 812 Superfast or whatever, right? And he was he was just like, just waiting for my cease and desist, bro, so I can frame that bitch and put it on the wall. You know what I mean?
Yeah, come get your car, bitch. I dare you.
Yeah, but it's just the guy's got balls. Miura just doesn't care. I think that he doesn't hold anything like super duper sacred. I don't know. In some respects, I agree with him. The punk rock in me wants to agree with him. At the other hand, it's like, yo, they're not making any more F40s, dog. I don't know if anybody's
it's still probably one of the most sought after, iconic street cars that like Ferrari produced.
I mean, it's.
But I mean, now that car is one of one in the world.
It actually probably there is an argument that it's worth more now than it was before.
I could see that.
I mean, it's
the right
a
person.
one of one Liberty Walk F40, and come 10 years from now, it will be worth even more.
I mean, listen, Liberty
and
Walk.
Speaking of Ferrari, they make about 14 cars a day.
Do they random facts?
Okay, that's
we're not even
more
leading
than I would actually expect them to make.
Yeah. I honestly expected less, but I mean, look how many people want a Ferrari.
Do you know if they're selling the Ferrari SUV yet? If it's been actually released yet?
I don't think so.
It's like, dude, that I'd rather. I don't know.
Like
it looks better than a Urus.
Yeah, but see, at this point, I'm
I don't think so.
over a fucking Urus. Like, I don't even care.
Dude, just buy an Audi RS Q8 and you're fucking fine. That is a Urus.
It is.
It's a Urus for half the cost. It's the same thing.
I'd rather.
I don't even think you can get an Urus right now.
I would get the Cayenne Turbo Coupe GT. That shit is. It's a Cayenne Coupe Turbo GT. Whatever the fuck they call it.
Alex's GTS is gangster as all fuck. That red one she has.
Yeah, that shit looks dope.
Yeah, I'll be about that life.
Oh man.
Anyways, what else did you like from Tokyo Auto Salon?
I didn't see most of it. I only saw the GTR and the.
That's all I saw was the GTR. I didn't even know the
F40. I was actually watching Dustin Williams videos from going to the underground car meet.
Oh yeah.
Okay, the NSX he was talking about that comes back different and like more sexy every time that he sees it. That thing was sick.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, Japan is just a totally like different like vibe and culture and like
and like
it's fucking crazy.
The views are cool too because they have the parking garages like right on the side of the ocean and you're literally just like looking out into nothingness.
That's sick.
Well, it's cool like with you watch those videos and like a lot of those dudes have had those cars for fucking 20 years and have built this car from this to like that. Like,
yeah,
we don't see a whole lot of that in America anymore. You don't. Like, usually people hang on to cars an average of 3 to 6 years and then they fucking move on to something different, right? Like,
yeah,
it's just crazy to see that. Like, those dudes have owned some of that shit from brand new and took it from stock to all the way to where it is now.
What are we talking about?
The underground car meet that was in Tokyo.
Oh yeah, I saw some videos about that. So wait, he's saying RSQ8 from
RSQ8 for the win because we were talking about like the Lamborghini Uruses and stuff, and it's a Porsche Cayenne Turbo Coupe and it's a Audi RSQ8. Like,
it's all the same.
Audi, save the money. Yeah, it's the same car.
Dude,
and the Audi touchscreens and stuff. That interior,
bro. I'm gonna say this. I'd rather have the Lambo.
Thank you.
I'm over the Lambo.
Can I tell you why? Can I tell you why?
Why are you over it?
350 grand.
They're fucking everywhere.
But and
so here's my thing. Really fast SUVs inherently are fucking dumb.
Correct.
Just dumb. I don't hate them because everything is better when it's faster, but they're dumb. So if you're going to buy a dumb car and you're spending 6 figures on a dumb car anyway, buy the dumbest one you can. And the dumbest one is always the Lambo. I don't care what it is.
That is a pretty good point. You make a really...
If you said, he said actually affordable. It is not affordable.
No,
what?
it's not.
100,
Like
130.
140 grand.
Out of the 3, it's affordable, motherfuckers.
Fair enough.
140
No, that's
grand.
fair.
Out
Out
of
of the
the 3, it's
three,
the
yeah.
affordable one.
Yeah.
Which they're the pretty much the exact same fucking car. Like
Yeah,
the
no,
Urus
yeah.
is the Urus is 400 grand. The
Yeah.
Porsche Turbo S Coupe is going to cost you
Close to 2, right?
250.
Really?
And
They're
then you
that
got-
much?
Yeah,
How much
And
is
then
this
you're
a normal Cayenne Turbo S?
They're 180.
180.
So like, okay, so here's the other thing. Okay, in that situation, why would you spend another $40,000 for a car that's less useful as the type of car it is?
Being the Porsche.
No, but like the Cayenne Turbo S has a normal roof, has an actual usable trunk, doesn't have a center exit exhaust right where you stand when you're getting things in and out of the back of your SUV.
got a point. He's got a
Okay.
fucking point.
Right? And doesn't have as much negative camber as those things do in the back because it's aggressive. And it's aggressive on Cayenne Turbo S's, don't get me wrong, but it feels like especially aggressive like on the coupe. I'm off my soapbox. I especially think SUV coupes are stupid as fuck. Like X6Ms and shit. They're just
Oh God,
Yeah,
no!
why
they're
are we
so
doing that?
ugly.
like why are we
Disgusting.
doing this? Why are we doing this? Just make a regular SUV. Like
Yeah,
I
but the
just-
used
It's like
RS
when
great.
they brought out the Evoque 2-door.
Oh god.
my
Dude, I sold
God.
like 4 of those things.
Oh, that's so terrible.
What poor people that you sold those cars to?
Dude, I sold a Evoque convertible.
RSQ8 for a Range Rover, an RSQ8.
RSQ8.
Oh yeah,
hey.
oh yeah,
bro. All day long.
All right, like
that's,
no,
not even a question.
no hesitation.
Yeah.
No fucking hesitation.
No.
Yeah.
And yeah, the poor
Absolutely, yeah.
people you sold that convertible to, you owe them an apology.
yeah.
You
That is,
1,000% owe them an
those are
apology.
bad cars.
I can't believe Land
She
Rover
wanted
some
it.
engineer and fucking concept designer was like, yeah, that's a great idea. We're
That
gonna make a
looks
shit
good.
product. Let's add a fucking convertible top to it.
Dude, she wanted it. I had a guy when they finally put those things out of production. I had people calling from all over the country because we had 2 of them. Because Rover just sent them to us.
What
they're
the
like,
fuck? What is
we
wrong
had-
with people sometimes? I don't
Dude, I had
understand.
a
depressing.
I had a guy who was like, he was trying to do the deal, and he's like, "What's the transport cost to Jersey?" I'm like, "Brother, it's December. It's like 3 Gs. Nobody wants to fucking drive this thing out there,
Yeah.
dude." You know what I mean? Like, and he's like, "Well, Atlanta will do it for $1,200." I'm like, "Yeah, bitch, on the other side of the country. Of course they'll do it for less." Like, I don't
Yeah.
understand. Like, get a
Seriously.
map, dude. Like,
I don't know
what are
what to
we
tell you,
talking
bro. 2,000
Yeah.
more miles away. Like,
Yeah,
it is what
he-
it is.
And then he tries to like haggle me to like reduce the cost of the car to help cover the shipping costs. It was like the car's not
Oh my
worth less
God.
because you're on the other side of the country. Like I don't understand what the logic is here, dude. Like you obviously want this car way more than I'm actually trying to sell it. So like you can fucking get on down the road, bro. Like,
Dude,
okay.
I
Yeah,
hated that.
bro.
Like, dude, just make the decision, please. So
Well,
I can get off the phone.
especially in December at Rover, like we're cracking. You know what I mean? Like people
Oh,
are trying to
yes.
get their tax write-offs in. Like I am not hurting for money in December at a Rover dealership. Get the fuck out of here with
Yeah.
this shit, dude.
Somebody else will buy it, okay?
Come
Yeah.
back in April when I can't sell shit.
For January 1.
Yeah.
January and February are fucking rough in that business, dude. Yeah, the car was a giant piece of shit though. I loved having to sell it though, like having to be like super excited about it when it had like like the ice blue interior, like the Gatorade Frost
Oh,
interior. Yeah, so it
God.
was
God.
it was white with I remember this fondly because it was on the showroom. It was white with black wheels and the Gatorade Frost interior, and I was talking up that fucking interior, boy. Let me tell you, man, I was like, shit's super rare. You'll never see another one like it.
I don't think that car's ever come
Trust
back in
me.
for service. I
Oh,
don't think I've
really?
ever.
It's probably
I-
on
no.
fire.
Yeah, she's a weirdo. The lady that bought it was a weirdo. Do you remember that brown Tesla Model S that we had?
Yeah.
Oh god.
She traded that in for the
Oh, she's
Oh,
one of those
God.
people.
yeah. So
huh?
I took so I was one of
Jesus.
those. She was like, dude, she fucking there was like a dent on the back of the bumper of the Tesla, and she was like, I'm like, hey, like, we have to fix this before we could sell it. She's like, it's not that big of a deal. I'm like, all right. She's like, I just dropped a garage door on it, and I was like, that feels like a bigger deal than you're making it out to be.
Yeah.
Just Like if you lifted a garage door, the motherfuckers is heavier than they look.
The interior parking sensors are broken. The brackets are snapped.
Listen, Teslas are pieces of shit. I've
Correct.
said it before. I will say it again.
You could just use recycled tire pressure monitors as the parking sensors.
The best thing about Teslas is that you can put those motors in basically anything. That's the best thing about Teslas, dude. Like,
That's true. That is very true.
yeah,
Isn't
because
that what
everything else
Bisimoto does?
now basically, yeah, not have functional body scoops. But anyway, um, I'm not gonna flame Bisimoto. First of all, that guy doesn't know who the fuck I am. Second of all, he owns Porsches and I don't, so whatever.
Lots of
fair
them.
Super fast ones too.
Yes. And a
Um,
fucking 6-speed manual Honda Odyssey with like 1,300 horsepower.
yeah, isn't that fucking cool?
That
Guys,
thing is one of my favorite builds I've ever seen.
yeah, it's funny because he built it like years ago, dude, and it's still
Yeah.
like a big deal.
It runs and
I
drives.
mean,
so,
I
yeah,
I
like
love that he has it tuned by gear so that
You have to
what is
in
it
a
like
front-
400 horsepower in first, and then 5, and then 8.
Yeah, it's boost by gear. Yeah, you have to. You have to with a fucking car that ridiculous. You're gonna put 1,400 fucking horsepower through the front wheels. Dude, I'm just looking
Woo!
through photos of Tokyo Auto Salon and like I forgot how ridiculous this fucking car show is. Like what did, why is this there? The fuck is going on in Japan?
Because it's Tokyo, bro. They don't have that shit in Tokyo.
No, they love fucking
They
lowrider
love
culture.
their American muscle.
Dude,
Yeah.
the funniest shit to me is I don't know if it's Japan or Thailand or whatever, but there's like a bunch of dudes who are like super into like East LA Chicano culture, and that they get all tatted up like fucking
Yeah.
gangsters and shit, and they're like they
What?
do the whole, yeah, dude, they do the stance, the
Grill.
fucking the hands, and like the whole like I mean it's convincing. Don't get me
They're
wrong,
choloed out, dude.
and I'm like, dog, you all have never met cholos, obviously, like in person, not that fucking cool. You know what I mean? Like. You gotta you're starching your fucking Levi shorts, bro. Like, let's chill out, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm looking through it and it's like there's a couple and I've felt this way about Tokyo Auto Salons for a long time, is it's like there's a couple of cool cars and then there's just a bunch of fucking ridiculous shit. And then I mean it's basically it. I think the underground one is probably much like why is this why do we have a bedazzled fucking Mercedes SL?
Why not?
Why do we have? Do you
Why?
remember these GTRs? Do you remember these fucking this gold one?
Okay. Do you see that red
Yeah.
Testarossa?
Yeah, that was this year too. This is his new Testarossa kit.
That is sick.
It's pretty wet, dude. He's
Right.
like he's
That's
a
one
lot
of
of
my
cool
favorite
shit.
cars. You guys remember playing Cruising America on or Cruising
Oh my
USA on
god, what a
N64?
fucking reference that, dude. I used to play
Yeah.
that shit in the arcade. Are you kidding me?
Okay,
Yeah.
did you guys
Double tap the
see?
gas, baby.
Yes. Did you guys see the thing I
Yes.
sent with the guy that put the switch on the wall and the
Yeah,
wall mount
yeah.
thing?
Yeah.
Where it like all comes out electronically and it has the old school consoles all
Yeah.
hidden that come out. Dude, that dude had to spend like $20,000 on
I
like his
mean,
whole setup.
you spend money on dumb shit, right? Because
Well, I mean, yeah,
you only live once, my dude.
Because we can.
that shit's tight.
All right, so we've talked about that race car is incoming and after tornado season passes through Texas, right? So
By race car, you mean convert a top whip?
it's a drift car, dude. So whatever, I don't give a fuck if it doesn't have.
Oh
you
no,
know,
I'm not
yeah,
against that. I think that'll be dope.
yeah. Just I'm gonna put a full cage in it, so it has the whole. Not because my wife
Yes.
will fucking divorce me if I don't put a roll cage in a convertible. Plus, I think I have to run tandems in it.
Yeah,
it's
I
an up
think
top.
you do.
How's she supposed to collect life insurance?
Funnily enough, that's actually excluded in my life insurance policy. Yeah. But it's like so it's got the mod engine in it, right? So it's got the 302 fucking whatever engine they put in all those cars. And you can put blowers on them and they make good power and all that other shit. But I'm like, yo, this thing's gonna let go eventually, right? And like I'll probably strap an eBay turbo to it at some point and like help it
Yeah.
along. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, what if I K-swapped
I
a
could
Mustang?
help you with that.
Like, what if I K-swapped a Mustang? Would that be stupid?
Dude, okay, I'm not even kidding. When you were saying the story, I was thinking in my head, I was gonna say you should K-swap it.
I kind of want to K swap
Oh,
it.
dude, I'm 1,000% with you on
I
that.
kind of
though.
feel like I should K swap it. Like I feel like it's,
I think that's like your dream.
I think right. I feel like it's
I feel
It's
like the
too good.
engine that defines Alex is a K series.
nowadays. Also, I just think it's like
I mean,
It's
it's
kinda stupid.
reliable and not super
kinda-
expensive, and you'd be the only one. You could take it to SEMA as the Rev Match podcast
I'm
car.
not taking
You
dude.
can
If
put a
I
big
put,
pink-
dude, if
Put
I,
a
if,
big pink
is
R
that,
on the side of
is
that
that
bitch.
what we want? Do we want to be the guys who brought a fucking 2001 Mustang convertible to SEMA as our fucking debut car? Is that what we're
With a
doing?
Honda
here?
motor.
1,000%.
The Honda motor.
1,000%.
Yes.
Just like, dude.
1,000%. They wouldn't expect any less from us.
That's true.
Just big pink R on the side.
Just big fucking pink. You can call it the Cobra, but with a K. Actually, it comes off mildly racist. Never mind. We're not gonna do that. That's problematic, to say the least. Problematic, to say the least. Well, my first thought was like, well, if it blows, try to get like the 2.3 EcoBoost and like drop it in there, like the old SVOs and shit, right? Like the Fox Buddy SVOs. And I was like, it's probably been done, or like somebody's probably thought of that, or whatever. So just put the stupid engine in it. I really want to do an IRS swap, but the more I'm looking into it, it is a very lengthy process.
Yeah.
Very involved to put independent rear suspension in that car. They're like, oh yeah, you just need these parts. I'm like, oh, it doesn't seem that expensive. You need to modify the whole rear end of the chassis. Slightly bigger problem.
Yeah. Yeah. A little bit.
Margin, cut off these brackets. Weld those brackets in. Do this here. You need a different drive shaft. You need these swing arms. You need that. I was like, nah, man.
Hey, at least there's an instruction booklet.
No, it's not. It's like 4 Reddit posts from like.
You just gave me instructions.
He's spitballing,
Bitch,
dog.
this is not
Relax.
IKEA. Yeah, this is like.
Not IKEA.
You know what I'm
He
saying?
was so convinced.
Yeah, he was like,
That's all I have to do. Just cut off a bracket and weld a new one.
I'm for one.
set.
I'm for one. I'm sold. Yeah. I just think it'd be rad. I'm also really considering. I haven't told Jamal any of this either, and I feel like he's gonna maybe not give me the car if I do it. But, so I said like, oh, I want to put a saline kit on it because it's obnoxious,
Yeah.
right? And then I was like, but like, what if I wrapped it white and then put white wheels on it to make it look like Vanilla Ice's old Fox Body 5.0
Oh my
that he had in the Ice Ice Baby
Oh my
video?
god.
And then
Jamal,
like
keep the car.
NRG makes these they make these seats and they're white leopard print,
Oh my
like
god.
racing. I gotta find them. They're like white leopard print racing buckets, and I'm like, dude, like I feel like I have to do this. Like, I feel like I have.
Just don't let him listen to this episode.
I mean, he's dying. He's dying somewhere, dude. Don't
It's
worry
not
about it.
recording anyways.
Wow, the internet never forgets, Tommy. I just called you Tommy. It's not even your name. That was such a shitheaded comment that I called you the name of my other shithead friend. Who I
Wow.
usually say, shut the fuck up, Tommy, too all the time. Where is it at? Where? Oh, here we go. Okay, come on. Like, dude, come on, man. Look at how come on.
I see nothing.
Yeah.
Those are fucking dope.
Oh my god.
Those
Yes.
are fucking dope, dude.
No.
That's pretty beautiful. That's pretty
Right?
beautiful.
In an all white Mustang, white wheels, drop top, white roll cage, fucking white leopard print seats. Come on.
You gotta get those big ass fucking glasses that are
Oh,
like the
yeah.
fucking.
The Pit
And I'm
Vipers?
gonna,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go buy you a fucking blonde wig. And you don't fucking wear that shit.
So I want a helmet with a mullet.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Like the
Yes.
Mississippi waterfall just flowing out of the back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fuck yes.
I'm
Is
with
that
it.
be
because
amazing.
you can't grow hair?
Wow.
Oh.
No, I'll be
Damn.
like symmetrical. I'll be symmetrical. You don't have.
Oh,
it
there you
going
go.
up
There you
the front
go.
Better aerodynamics.
Hey, man, nobody
That's
fucking
the-
asked you, bro.
That's the Subaru way.
Huh?
It's
That's
keeping
good.
in line with Subaru.
What is
Staying
that?
symmetrical.
Saying symmetrical. Beauty of
Yeah.
all-wheel drive. Yeah. So anyway, I just want to do stupid shit to the car. Chris is trying to
Fair
get
enough.
me to go on some like. He texted me.
Outdoor safari where he's gonna get you killed.
Dude, probably. Public information that you're. Thank you. All right. Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough.
That you're
He's like,
bald.
bitch, you literally
Hey,
put
that-
yourself in the
that's
public eye.
Seth, you're not like too far behind him, bro. Last I checked.
Damn, better to be bald than balding, homie. Just saying. Bow out gracefully.
Just shave it, bro. Just shave
Just
it.
fucking let it go, homie.
He said,
Catch you got
"Catch you
Catch up
got
to me.
your
I don't know, dude.
Kyle's
That's
hair
pretty-
is clear, just like his skin.
That's
Um,
right.
He's
So-
a ginger.
That's right. Easy with the R's, dog.
Ginger.
Ginger. This is
Ginger.
so
You
yeah,
gotta put a little spice on it. There ain't no spice, just
Ginger.
ginger for you. Only my fellow Reds can say ER. Okay.
He sounds
Ginger.
weird.
Ginger.
He sounds weird like ginger with a hard R. So it's a childish Gambino lyric, but obviously I switched one of the words out.
I got
Guess
it.
which one?
Yeah.
So Cade goes, "Hey man, I'm planning a trip this year and it involves going through Arizona, Moab, and camping Yellowstone. Would you be down?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, but like, bitch, I'm in Texas, so like, I'd have to get all the way the fuck
Out to you.
first, and then drive my bitch ass back to Yellowstone, and then through fucking Wyoming back to Texas."
Right.
And I'm
Good
like,
luck.
I was like, it was like, sounds cool. Any idea when and how much that's gonna cost? Like, what the fuck, dude? That sounds like a pretty expensive endeavor driving all over the fucking country. It does
Had the
sound
time
dope.
off
Dude.
work.
Sounds great.
See, he's in parts. They don't know about that full commission life, dog. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
that's true.
Like,
I
I
get
don't
paid
work.
no matter what.
Yeah, I don't work. I don't make money, bro. That's it. Right?
Yeah,
already-
don't ask that to kid. They're all their pay plans got changed. They're all tied to CSI now.
Oh yeah, that's terrible.
So
Parts is
if
tied to
service-
CSI.
If service gets fucked in CSI, parts gets fucked out of pay.
That's how I'm tied to CSI now too.
See, everybody's tied to CSI.
You're tied to
Everybody's tied to
CSI.
people's
What the
opinions.
fuck
I am.
did you? What the fuck do you have to do with CSI? For
It's my
anybody
first
who
time.
doesn't know what the fuck CSI is, because this is like sort of industry talk. It's they send out the fucking stupid surveys, and then you ask the people to fill them out and give you a 10, and then everybody makes money. Parts manager tied to C. Why the fuck doesn't fucking
Yep.
make any sense?
It's
Right?
stupid.
First of all, no offense to parts guy. I guess a little offense to parts guy. A lot of them are weird, and so they have issues interacting with other humans, right? Just inherently, they're a little awkward.
Lupe, that's you, dog.
That's why we keep them in the back. You know what I'm saying? Where they don't have to. We
Talk
we
to
keep,
people.
Yeah, we keep them separated. Do you remember fucking what was the dude at Rope? Is the dude still at Rope? You know what show I'm talking about? The little guy.
Worm.
Worm? No.
Worm.
No.
Worm left.
He got fired for drinking
No.
on the job.
Yeah.
He got caught drinking Foster's in the fucking job.
Oh my god.
Okay, first of all,
Dude,
if you're
hey,
a
hold
dude
on.
that size, maybe don't grab the biggest fucking beer can you
The
can.
tallest. Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck?
So I had this suspicion for years, right? Years.
Was it the fact that he was
this guy-
slurring and rambling about jalapenos
Oh.
for hours at a time?
Oh my god. So Saturdays were the worst, right? I don't know if you worked with me Saturdays.
I did.
So Saturdays were the absolute worst. I would go on do an inspection on a car and be like, yo, the water pump's leaking. Service writer approves it. Homeboy would pull a thermostat. Right? Like, and I'm like, yo, James, what the fuck is this? Give me a water pump. And he's just like, oh, I must have read that wrong. Like, just like eyes glazed
I remember
over.
the red eyes. Yeah.
And you could smell everybody here know we're all adults, right? We know what the smell of alcohol is. And I'm like,
Not
dude,
Timmy,
are you
he's a
drunk right
Mormon.
now?
That's correct.
I'm like, dude, are you drunk right? No. And I was like, I'm not gonna say anything. Why the fuck aren't you sharing? That's the problem, right?
Yeah. Have you seen the shit I'm putting up with back here?
Yeah. So this just goes on for, I don't know, probably the next like 3 or 4 years, right? And finally, Lupe, I don't remember what he did, but he ended up like going upstairs or something like that, and ended up catching like he found an empty Foster's can upstairs, called him in the GM's office. He walks in with his coffee mug, right? And at the time, the GM was like, "Hey man, can I see your coffee mug?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." Hands it over. It's full of fucking beer. Full of beer. And the homeboy was just drinking it like he was drinking coffee all day.
Oh my god.
Like, does he know that coffee and beer are not at all the same color? Well, at least not Foster's and coffee, for the record. You know what I'm saying? Like, there
Right,
are beers that
right.
are passable, until you smell them.
Right.
Okay,
yeah,
do
he's
you
gone.
guys remember Ryan, who was essentially Mike's replacement at Porsche?
The cokehead?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
we caught. Fucking Alex saw this. Alex saw him snort a line of coke in his car and wash it down with vodka, and then come back into work.
Listen, all I'm saying is that
I've always been through
He
something in
listen,
life,
he
dude.
was
listen.
doing what we all want to do
right. Let me
in
explain.
this industry.
Let me explain something. Okay. And if anybody gets into sales, this is really important knowledge. You can get away with a lot because
Yeah.
as long as you're selling and making money, they will not act on suspicion. Right? Oh, I think that
Yeah.
dude's doing coke. Is there coke under his nose? Are his numbers slipping? How's his CSI? Everything good? He's obviously not doing coke. That's it.
He's
That's it.
obviously not.
That's it. You're making money. You're not fucking up the business. They don't really give a shit what you do at that point.
Yeah.
Especially
right?
at the car dealership.
Especially, dude, I worked for AT&T for 5 fucking years, like the most corporate fucking place on the planet. Everybody knew what everybody was up to, but the numbers were up and nobody was fucking up, right? So it's whatever.
Nobody
No
cared.
harm, no foul. But if you get sloppy and you're just putting Fosters in your and like leaving empties in the
Yeah.
bulk shelves, like in the rack, there's like 50 fucking dumpsters at that dealership, dog. Pick one. You know what I'm saying? Throw that shit away outside.
Right.
Yeah, to get caught is just like fucking idiot.
Well, it was
Richard-
James, so
Rich and I used to he on Saturdays and Sundays or Saturdays he'd be the only parts guy, right? And he'd come into the office at like 4:30. He'd be like, "You need anything else from parts?" Rich is like, "Nope." And I'd just be sitting there bullshitting with him. And Worm would just go off on some fucking tangent about the subs he just put in his Scion or whatever the fuck he was doing that week.
all the time, bro. All the
So
fucking time.
weird. And he was like listening to Insane Clown Posse loud as fuck. We're talking about how he spoke Klingon. Do you guys remember that he fucking spoke?
Fluent.
I
He spoke
remember that.
fluent Klingon. Like, no joke.
He was rapping
He
in
did.
He was rapping in Klingon.
Like, no joke. Like, the man there, like, knows Klingon. It's
It's
ridiculous.
like and Rich and I are just like we're looking at him, and then we're looking at each other, and we're looking at him, like not even being like conspicuous about it, right? We're like, just fucking like, are you seeing this shit? And he was unfazed. That should have been the first clue that he was wasted. Honestly,
Right.
people were just talking
All the
shit to
time.
him in his face, and he's just like, oh, anyway.
Yeah.
He
I'd
blamed
be
you for his
literally-
alcoholism.
Oh, he did.
Are you his dad? Anyway, too real.
No. Perfect.
So what's up, Kyle? You gonna finish your fucking GTI, man?
Yeah.
Slowly. I don't know. This winter, it's been really on the back burner of things.
We put the pool in, right?
Yeah, I put the pool in. Working on some landscaping, stuff around the pool at the moment. So it's kind of, being pushed. I mean, like, let's be real. It's not going to break any records, but it's going to break a lot of hearts at this moment. The car is still a beast. It's still 500 plus wheel horse.
It's a fast car for sure.
And like, I don't plan on getting rid of the car really. So if it takes me another, 2, 3, 4 years, who cares
Right.
at this point? I'm the trans, like the all-wheel drive stuff that I've been seeing is a lot of it's East Coast. I just really don't want to freaking spend the money, to get a transmission shipped from the East Coast.
I should look at the Copart. There's literally a Copart around the corner from my house. Like,
Well, that's legit.
yeah, like it's like that's why I was like, well, like there's definitely a K series somewhere in there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh,
I'm
there's
sure I
gotta
can
be,
find-
yeah.
Yeah.
like, somewhere in the movie.
Yeah, I
but-
mean, if I could find a, a
Pseudo-local.
Golf R,
yeah,
somewhere local, like no big deal. Like, I might get the Golf R and bring it over and, just start tearing shit apart and swapping it.
yeah.
But it's just like kind of waiting for the opportunity. I got some more stuff that's kind of a higher priority, like doing stuff around the house, the yard, etc. But no rush,
get it.
man. Yeah.
I get it, dog. That's where I was like, that's where I was so stoked when Jay was like, "Hey, do you want this thing?" And I was just like, "Yeah, dude, I can put like coils, wheels, tires, and a hydro on it and just go drive it.
Yeah.
And just go beat the shit out of it, right? And slide it around, which is what I've been trying to get back to doing for like the better part of a decade, you know? And it's like, throw $4,000 at this car and just go rip it. And if you fucking
Yeah.
crash it, then like park it in the garage so you can put it back together, whatever. You know what I mean? So, um,
We should all go to Sac City Raceway and see what our drag times are.
I mean, I'll take the Outback.
Dude, that would be
You guys
dope.
have been fucking, dude. I'm honestly not even gonna lie. I'm like, once I saw those WRX numbers, I'm like, what's up with the tuning for the Outback Wilderness though? Like, let me
Yes.
get like a sub 3 second to 60 Outback in these
Is it
streets.
the same
'cause-
motor?
God.
Huh?
Is it the same motor?
Same motor. EJ24 or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or FA, the FA.
F8, yeah, FA24, same exact engine, different trans. It's a CVT. The CVT is for sure the problem, right? Yeah, I know, but listen, I don't need a manual in my fucking Outback, so we'll take it.
Has that thing gotten better? That CVT?
So it has, but like what's interesting is in my car, the first gear, quote unquote,
Right.
is super short. So it's got a lot more like low end torque in this one versus the regular one. So like when you get on it, it shifts, quote unquote, like really quick out of first. So it's like a little like funky, but like if you're in the mud or like, you know, just kind of fucking around a little bit, it makes sense. Like it does get a good amount of grip. It honestly, for what the cars are, they're really capable. Even with the shitty fucking transmission that, you know, is obviously the weakest point of the whole car, you can do a pretty good amount of shit with them. You know, even Kiddo like send me shit. He's like, dude, these are pretty fucking impressive for what they are. You know, I'm like, yeah. You gotta temper your expectation of the fact that it's still a big legacy.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, it's
Yeah.
never like I'm not gonna go rock crawling in it, but I can do trails and shit, and it's cool. You know, that's all I really wanted it for was, bro. It was fucking dude. It was snowing on my way home from the gym today.
Saw that.
Snowing. It was 70 degrees on Monday or Sunday. And it's fucking snowing on my way home, right? So you never know what the fuck is gonna happen out here. So it's like I need something for that. But yeah, I don't know, man. I just want to get driving again, like real driving, like where I don't have to care about speeding tickets and police and crashing my car and just all the other shit. I miss having a shit bike.
You can download Gran Turismo 7. You can do some driving there.
So I really wish
And
fucking
not the same.
Jamal was here for this conversation. So there's this dude Ryan Literal, right? He's a professional drifter, competes.
You guys have talked about him before.
Competes is a strong word. He's in the professional drifting series. He's an FD driver. He talks a bunch of shit saying RBs are the best. His car never works. He barely finished an event last season, whatever. And he's like, the only thing he posts now is like this virtual drifting championship shit that he's just like doing all the time. And I'm like, you're not prepping for the season or like, so you're just,
No, he
That's the
realized
spread, bro.
he can't do it the real way, so he's gonna do it the virtual way.
I mean, honestly, I think like he had like 2 or 3 really bad seasons, and I'm like, did he just get dropped by everybody? Because he was sponsored by like Power Stop and shit. And like Falcon Tires is just pulled out as like the title tire sponsor of Formula Drift, and they were like a big part of Formula Drift like forever.
Yeah, they were.
So like,
like, from the
who's
beginning.
the main sponsor now?
Link ECU is the big one. And then like the Air Force sponsors the series. Nito Tire throws money at it. Hankook has a factory team. Or Falcon just had a factory team. They weren't really like a sponsor of the thing, but they had a factory team. They sponsored a lot of cars. Matt Field and Ken Gushi, I think. Odie Bakchis, like a lot of the big hitters were Falcon cars. And they were just like, yeah, we're not going to do it anymore. And I don't know if that's because of like economy or like what the deal is, but it was kind of a crazy thing to see these folks that have been in you know, a part of this. It's like a Ferrari pulled out F1, right? Like they've been there since the beginning. and they're just like, yeah, we're good. We're gonna
Yeah.
be out.
Yeah.
You know. But the sport's getting bigger. It's making more money. I think drifting in general is becoming more mainstream, more popular. There's like a weird revitalization of interest in motorsport in this country. I think like we give a fuck about F1, like a lot of fucks all of a sudden,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Like when nobody, not that nobody cared, but it just
I
wasn't
mean,
as
it's
big.
it's Netflix. Netflix is the only reason
Oh,
why.
for sure. The show's really good too. Like,
I mean, it really is. But
yeah,
I mean, I don't remember most of it. But a couple years ago, I had read in the Road and Track magazine article with the guy that produced the Netflix show saying that like if it wasn't for Netflix, like Formula One was actually more of at a decline, and
yeah,
Netflix has boosted immensely the numbers and the money that goes into Formula One.
I think it's when you, unfortunately, this country likes drama,
Yep.
especially of the interpersonal variety, right? We like to see
Yep.
people fucking go
Yeah.
after each other, which
A lot of that shit is fake.
so much
It,
of it is fake.
that's why Max Verstappen wasn't in season 3 at
So,
all. He
so
didn't want to be part of it.
Well, so I've read a lot about that. It's not that
Yeah.
the shit was fake.
I mean, just the
It's the
It's over
context.
exaggerated.
Well, no,
yeah,
it's the context sometimes, and they have to make a story, right? They have to make a storyline, and sometimes in
yes.
a season when a lot of the shit is just drivers aren't performing well, right? But it's like I felt like that season,
You have
like
to make it fun.
well, like the last, I think the last season of Drive to Survive, like was the Rich Energy season. Which I don't know if you guys remember that whole fucking debacle. Rich Energy was sponsoring Haas, and he was like, "Oh, we're
Yeah.
this fucking, like this energy drink company." And it turns out you couldn't actually buy the energy drink anywhere, and they had stolen their logo from a mountain bike company and like all this other shit, right? And I'm like, wasn't that enough drama, like right there for an entire season? Like this is fucking ridiculous. Some dude literally walked in and Donald Trumped his way into sponsoring a fucking F1 team, and like that's not enough to get it going to make up some shit about what was it? Was it Verstappen and who was it? Who was what was the dramatization around it? They were trying to say Verstappen was like beefing with somebody. It was like another.
Like I can't remember who
I can't
he
remember what
was
it was.
beefing with. I don't know that he was beefing with anybody. I think it was more Daniel Ricciardo and Lando Norris. They were showing them beefing with each other all the time. And then when you watch interviews of them off screen, they
They're like
talked about
totally
how
fine. Yeah.
yeah, they're totally good friends and everything and they make them look like they hate each other.
Yeah.
Beef.
I think
Beef.
yeah, it is. I think that's what I mean, and it's like you see it like in that super hyper competitive situation. Like those guys all talk
But
a
they
lot of
all
shit to each
respect each
other.
other
Yeah,
though.
exactly. Right.
Like
Except
when
for
Sebastian Vettel left, that was like a mic drop to a bunch of other people, like all the younger drivers that have seen. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, Sebastian Vettel hadn't been doing that great in the last couple of
no,
years.
no. He's
But
no fucking Lewis Hamilton. He doesn't have that
no,
staying
no,
power. Yeah.
absolutely not. But he's been there as like a mentor to all the younger drivers, and the way it affected them is just cool to see that they are all friends and
Well, I mean,
they don't hate each other.
it's like I feel like it's like fighter pilots, right?
Yeah,
Like there's
yeah.
only so many of them, and they're all super competitive with one another. But at the same time, it's like you all are doing the same ridiculous thing, and you know that every single one of you has a fucking giant set of balls. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And just to be an F1 driver, you have to have an incredible amount of skill behind the like Mazepin, shit F1 driver, probably still a really good race car driver. Like could probably
Oh, absolutely.
outwheel everybody we know. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Um, he just can't keep an F1 car pointed in the right direction.
He can't
But
keep an F1 car not fucking destroyed.
neither can I though, to be fair. You know what I'm
You got a
saying?
point.
Like I dude, I still go and I watch like in cars and they'll show the speed and then they'll show them on the track and I'm like, this motherfucker ended a hairpin at 150 miles an hour.
Dude, like nothing. Like it's
Yes.
nothing.
Just like
But
on
and
the
the thing
gas.
is,
Like this
if
is how you drive the car.
the issue is like if you were going 135,
It
you
would
wouldn't have
spin
made
out.
that hairpin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, my favorite part is when the Stroll family, Lance Stroll and his father took
Yeah.
over Williams, I think, and they like forced Lance Stroll to be the driver, and
Oh,
he's
yeah.
ass. And
Yeah.
it's like you force them to get rid of this other okay driver to put your son in here, and your son is crashing the car, and you're blaming the car for you failing to drive
It's
properly.
the
And I mean,
it's
the
the
cars are a big deal, and the
Okay,
amount of money each team gets makes a different car. But that kid was fucking
I've
entitled,
only
and he was a
watched a
piece of
couple
shit.
episodes of this whole thing.
you should
Is
really
that the
watch it.
is that the blonde kid?
No,
That's
no,
Mazepin.
he's got dark brown hair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Mazepin is the blonde kid.
Yeah, and his
And
dad
that's
was
it. And his
also a
dad,
Russian oligarch. Yeah, who was also
yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
yeah. It's so yeah, gentlemen racers. It's a big thing, and you have to have the money, right? You gotta have the money. The money is everything.
Yeah.
And if you can get the license, and your daddy's got the money, you know what I'm saying? Like it fucking is what it is, bro. But
Dude,
I think
that kid Alex Albon, that was a Red Bull junior driver that got put
yeah,
in Red Bull in like the second season. He bought an apartment in fucking Monaco. Like he got a contract with Red Bull. It's like, oh yeah, here's my new apartment. It was like fucking looking over the beautiful Monaco Sea right there. Oh
dude.
my god.
I don't
Yeah,
even want
he
to know how much that was.
Oh,
well, cause
millions.
so like
Of
yeah, because
course.
they because Albon kicked Gasly out of his Red Bull seat, right? And that's what put
Yeah, but
him in
then it swapped
AlphaTauri.
again.
Yeah, because
Yes.
Gasly got his shit together. Yeah, which
Yes.
is cool. Good for him,
Yeah.
right? Like that's fucking rad. And like that's the kind of shit I think people in the US didn't like know a lot about the interpersonal shit between the drivers. And so it's hard to get interested. Racing is difficult for a lot of people because it's fucking cars going around the track for a long time, especially like NASCAR. Where it's like, hey, drive in a circle for 5 fucking hours and whatever.
Yeah.
And I think because of that, people have a hard time like getting invested in it because like you'll see two Mercedes cars and like if you don't know your shit, you don't know which one's fucking, you didn't know which one was Bottas and which one was fucking Hamilton, right? You
Yeah.
just know it's a fucking Mercedes car.
Right.
But when people can see more about the people that drive the cars as Americans, we're interested in shit like that. We get involved in that type of shit. And I think that's to your point. That's why the sport just fucking took off. And it's like, dude, Coda sold out in like fucking 4.5 minutes,
Yes.
right? Which is
Then we have Miami and Vegas.
yeah, which is and yeah. It's I mean, right. We have more and more circuits, we have more and more shit. We're becoming a bigger part. Obviously, there's a lot of money in this country, so we'll throw it
That was
around.
beautiful.
It's pretty impressive, dude. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Now, if we can only make NASCAR less boring to watch,
We're gonna make a lift.
we're gonna what?
We're gonna make a lift.
We're gonna make a lift.
Yeah.
After that
Did I
lift,
tell
we're
you
gonna make
guys
You
another
said
one.
lift.
Yeah,
when I
I
went
said live.
to
What?
when I went to Exotics Racing in Vegas to drive the Lamborghini, the guy that was the training instructor there was like, "Now, for all you NASCAR drivers, we're gonna teach you how to make a right today."
so fucking funny. The funniest thing is like, so like NASCAR's they're putting more road courses into the series, right? Because they
Yeah.
perform really well. Like they get really high viewership at those, like for those events, right?
It's
Yeah.
a
And some of the
little funner watching. That's all I'm
it's
saying. So,
it's I mean, it is
Yeah.
it's a lot more fun
Yeah.
to watch because especially because you can see how many of them don't know how to do it, so they just like
Right.
crash into each other all the time. But it's funny because you have some of the drivers that are like car guys, right? Like Joey Logano and those dudes, right? Who are like, yeah, dude, let's fucking do it. This is cool. Like, let's fucking do
Yeah.
something different. It's cool to mix the sport up. And then you have the old guys who are like, I just don't like it. This is not what the sport's supposed to be. NASCAR's supposed to be super speedways. And it's like, bitch, we've been doing that shit
It's
for 70 years. Nobody
Yeah.
cares anymore,
The
dude.
sport is dying, sir. I don't
Yeah.
know what to tell you. Like,
IndyCar is the same shit because for the same reason, right? Like, it's just,
Yeah.
it's not interesting. Like, when was the last time you saw somebody watching a Trans Am race?
What's that?
Exactly my point.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Seriously.
super excited for the 24 Hours of Daytona, I believe, on Saturday. That's gonna be fun. The
What's
new Porsche
interesting there?
963.
Um,
It's like the full what is it?
Yeah.
DPI is that what the new series is or whatever? It's
So do
it's
they-
IMSA.
So did they get well like are they getting rid of prototype? in Le Mans
I think this is
Yeah,
the
it is.
replacement.
for prototype because
Yeah, I
because
think it's
like
called DPI.
because they're getting rid of like LMP1, LMP2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's
that
what the 963 was built for.
that I don't know, man. I feel like we just need more access to shit like that. Like I really fucking
Yeah.
want to go to Grid Life, like really bad. I want to go to Grid Life super fucking
That'd
bad.
be cool. That'd be cool.
I like what those guys are doing. I think it's cool to like do a big festival that's about grassroots stuff and like bringing everybody to a track. It's like you want to drift, you want to do time attack, you want to do this, you want to do that. Bring your fucking shit, come here, we'll all have a good time. You spend 300, 400 bucks. I don't even know how much it costs. I'm just throwing numbers out there. Less than a ticket to fucking Coda for an F1 race. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like you get to listen to music and hang out and party and fucking, it's like Horizon Fest in real life. Like let's do more of that. Let's
Yeah.
do more of that shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Let's have more of that
Yeah.
stuff going on.
Yeah.
Um,
That
Let me borrow your 800 horsepower Corolla GR.
yeah.
right.
Let me
I'll
borrow
bring it
your
right back.
Yeah, no problem.
Go drive through the sandstorm.
Kyle, I don't know if you saw that thing that we went with Lupe. We went and helped Lupe with that Race Wars or whatever the hell that was. It got shut down because someone got too drunk at Sonoma and was leaving and hit the sign and then ran. So they kicked those dudes out. So they're no longer allowed to go back there to do that event.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's the downside of the like the shithead part of the non-professional part of the car community is like idiot shit like that will happen.
Yeah.
Right? For every dude that builds like I don't know if anybody saw the latest episode of this versus that, but it was like a bigger factory blower CTSV coupe versus a fucking 5.3 turbo swap Nissan hardbody. with like a
No.
bench seat. Hardbody smoked the shit out of the CTSV.
Oh, I bet.
And the dude's literally in a fire suit on a bench seat with no harnesses, with 1,000 horsepower Nissan hardbody that he literally drug off his buddy's property. That's what he says. He's like, I just drug it off.
Actually, no, I think I saw that.
Yeah, did you see that he had? He got like 50 pounds of fucking scrap, like 1/2-inch steel from a wrecker yard, and like just put it on his tow hitch to put more weight over the roof, which is real fucking redneck shit. And it's like, oh yeah, that's fucking sick. It's like, yeah, it is fucking sick. But guess what? All of that dude's homies are probably fucking idiots. And if you try to take them anywhere nice, they're gonna ruin it for everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the. It's the same. It's that real fucking outlaw fucking bullshit side of the community. The same dudes that do the sideshows and shit. They just fucking ruin it for everyone, man.
Yeah, they do.
You gotta show a little bit of respect to the venue so they'll keep having you back. It's like we went to that Mopar thing at Texas Motor Speedway a couple months ago, which that was a fucking trip. Mopar people are something else, dude. Let me tell you. You fucking guys, you got some shit going on, dude. Like you need to work that shit out, dog. But it's like we're walking back to the car and there's like 6 or 7 dudes just like doing donuts in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And I'm just why are we doing this? Like you didn't have enough of that. And there's like a tunnel. So basically when they do these car shows at Texas Motor Speedway, you're in like the infield of the loop, right? Okay. So you drive through the tunnels that the cars and the semis load in and out of, and you walk. There's a pathway through them. You walk through them as well. So all these show cars, they load through these tunnels, and every single fucking one of these assholes goes flying through that fucking tunnel, dude, revving the shit out of it, at one after another. It's like you all have the same engine. You're listening to the same sound over and over. They just keep putting that fucking engine and everything, and you just listen to it over and over again.
To the same
sound. I don't understand. Right? And it was the TRX guys, dude. There was a dude with a TRX with a 2-step.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so you got $100,000 truck just ripping a 2-step in a tunnel. I'm like, what are we doing? What are we doing here?
That's ignorant shit. That's ignorant shit.
It's ignorant shit.
Fucking do. Like,
right. And because of that, we can't have nice things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's true.
This is like because of those fucking assholes who can't keep their shit together for 2 fucking minutes, right? The first time, if I get to do something stupid, let me do it. They can't stop themselves. Now you can't have race wars anymore.
Yeah.
They also spelled it wrong, so I feel like they kind of had that one coming. But I'm just saying, if you want people to take you seriously, stop spelling shit with Z's at the end of it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was probably already fucking taken. Okay, it's probably already taken.
Yeah, sad boys.
With BOIZ.
Yeah.
It's like maybe don't name your fucking actual car show after a car show from the Fast and the Furious if you want
Yeah, it's
people to
probably
take
a good
it, right?
probably a good
Right.
idea. Yeah, because Race Wars was a
Monica.
shit show. Yeah,
Yeah, right. Oh, hey, the
Race Wars
thing.
was a shit show.
Yeah, remember the thing where there was a giant fight and then somebody got shot? We should make a real one of those. Fucking Christ, dude. Yeah, I'm I don't know. I'm excited for this year of automotive shit. I think we're hitting like a critical mass point of like enthusiasts pushing back against all the like electric car shit and having fewer options. And I'm interested to see if there is more response from like the manufacturer end to like fill that want, and if there's actually enough money in it, right? Like there's a lot of people who are like, oh, we want sports cars, but like how many of them can afford them?
Yeah.
Right.
Right. So I'm interested to see like, because what I'm seeing on the streets is 45, 50-year-old dudes buying GR Corollas because they're the only ones that can afford them.
Correct.
Well, that's the problem is they're not. Everything's now become this limited production or this we're
Yeah.
gonna label, we're gonna build 500, and that's the problem is in that you're driving so many people at a price point. How many times probably back in the 90s you could roll down to an Acura dealership and go look, there's an Integra GSR. I'll buy that right there off the lot.
But
And there was
even
plenty of them, right?
Well, even
Like,
but the thing about it was like kind of Timmy's point is like you could buy an Integra that wasn't a GSR.
True.
It wasn't as fast, but you could still get a 5-speed 2-door Acura coupe with a 4-cylinder engine that had VTEC noises that wasn't the fastest one. But now, because there's no like market for them, you only get the craziest version of the car.
Right.
Yeah, the Acura TL Type S or the TLX Type S, which is now badged as an Integra.
Right. Or like you get the Civic Si, which is like a sporty car. Give it credit where it's due. It's a good car, right? Which is like 31 G's, and then $45,000 Civic Type R. Nothing in between. There's no middle ground. There's no base 240 SX, right? There's the core GR Corolla, which is still a $40,000 fucking Corolla, right? There's nothing in between. There's now only the WRX. There's not the WRX and the STI. So like we don't have an MR2. You know, there's the Miata, which are getting more and more and more and more expensive every fucking year, right? Miata's a $30,000 car now. So it's like
minimum,
right? And it's like you used to have the cheap NB Miata, and then it's like, oh, we have the Mazda Speed with the turbo. But like the other one is still very much a Miata, right? It has the same kind of, we don't have any of that now. The only thing we get are the most like hardcore distills versions of performance cars. And the only people that can afford them are already fucking like chilling. You know what I mean? So it's I think that's
And I mean
the
that's
biggest
honestly the unfortunate thing about electric cars too. Like the world wants to go electric, but even the most base cheap electric car is still what $25,000 for something that can probably go like 50 miles. Or
so like the Chevy Bolt is like 25 G's and it gets like 200 mile actual.
They don't
to
make that car anymore.
The Bolt, yeah, they do.
I thought they quit making the Bolt.
No, they recalled a bunch of them because they caught on fire, but they still make them.
Or maybe was it the Volt then they
the
quit
Volt,
making?
the hybrid one. Yeah, they got rid of that one altogether.
Okay.
But I mean, like the new Hyundai electric car is like a $50,000 electric
the
car.
Ioniq 5 thing. Yeah, it's like a $50,000 car. Yeah,
that's a Hyundai.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing with you. There's like devil's advocate. There's cost offsets there, i.e. maintenance, i.e. gas, i.e. tax credits, right? So like if the brand is sold less than 100,000 electric vehicles, whatever the MSRP is, you can take like $4,500 to $7,500 right off the top, right? Because you're gonna get it back in the form of a tax credit. So that $50,000 car is now a $42,500 to $45,000 car. just a little bit easier to swallow, right? It's $100 less a month. Okay, whatever. And now you're not doing oil changes. You're really not changing your brakes. You know what I mean? You don't need to do any of that shit.
Yeah.
Period. And you're not paying for gas. You're paying $40 a month to charge your car, whatever. So there's cost offsets that offset like the EV surcharge. Where you don't see that is in EV trucks. Those fucking things are so expensive.
Oh, I saw my first Rivian SUV like up close.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you tried to
pretty
cut
tight.
it off.
They're pretty tight.
Huh?
I don't remember if you tried to cut it off or if he cut you off, but there was one on the drive. You
Oh, I'm not talking about that one. Fuck that guy. He was an asshole. But no, I saw my first one at this car show I went to on Saturday, like 916 CNC or some shit like that. It was pretty cool. But dude, that thing is massive. Like
It's
it is
big.
bigger than a fucking Suburban. Like that
Yeah,
thing
they're
is
big.
huge.
It's way bigger than the truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Or
Like,
at
I
least
got
it
next
feels
to it.
bigger. Yeah.
I'm not a short person, and dude, like that thing was like the lid was probably like my mid stomach, like it or
It's a big
higher than
boy.
that.
It's like Bronco
was-
says. Yeah.
Yeah, if not taller, maybe a little bit taller
Yeah.
than that. But
It's a
then
big,
it
it's
was
a big old bitch.
fucking long as shit. But then like it looks cool on the outside, and then like they open the interior and you look at it, and it's like, oh,
They're very
Basic.
sparse.
it's got 5 seats, cool, and a steering wheel.
And a
Oh, it's got this
screen.
big ass screen that's not on. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to the next car. That's it. Like
that's all interior design in cars is anymore. It's straight dashes and big screens just stuck in the middle of them. And there's like, and I think that's like probably one of the biggest bummers about what I'm seeing in electric cars is like they're doing really cool things with exterior design and packaging because you have a ton of flexibility because you don't have a giant fucking motor you have to build around, right?
Right.
Like, hey, we don't have a 900-pound block of steel that just sits in the front of the car. Like, what do we want to do? It's like that Kia EV6 wagon thing.
Yeah.
It's like the ridiculous shaped vehicle. Like it looks like a Hot Wheels. Fucking good on you.
It does.
You never seen it? Oh, dude.
It's dope.
I'll bring it up right now. And the new one has a GT with the drift mode.
Yep.
It's the size of a fucking meter. It's rad. But yeah, so it's like that kind of shit's really cool. But like to your point, Mike, like the interiors, it just be like, they're all the
So
same.
basic and
Boring.
nothing.
Yeah.
Unless you go to like
most of your controls are all through the touchscreen.
well, like unless
don't
you
have-
go to something like a Mercedes, because like listen, if you want a car that makes you feel like you're driving a spaceship, go buy any new Mercedes over $100,000. It's fucking ridiculous in there. There's lights and knobs and everything's like machined aluminum fucking air vents and shit. It's sick
And
as
there's
shit.
massages everywhere.
It's fucking great.
Everywhere.
And listen, like Mercedes has been killing the interior game for like a minute now, right? Like
Yeah.
their interiors are really, especially on the bigger AMG cars and shit, like the E series and S, they're really something special on the inside, and I think that's cool. BMW to some degree too, even though they make questionable decisions. At least they're trying to do something cool. I'm talking about like the cock piece in the middle of the new fucking M cars. Why is that there? It's like, hey, fat people, don't buy our cars.
What is it? What is
It's
it? The new 7 Series that's got the screens and the door handles. Have you seen that
Yo,
shit?
this new 7 Series, my guy, with the fucking 42-inch wide screen that
Oh
drops
my
down.
gosh,
It's
yes.
like,
Yeah.
bro, yeah. No, I mean, listen.
But again,
German-
that's a car.
German-
That's a car for you supposed to be driven in.
Exactly.
You don't drive. So like, why the fuck is someone gonna go buy that car to drive your family around in like in the back seat? Like that doesn't make any
No.
fucking.
That version is, to your point, it is like supposed to be a rolling office. That is for very rich dudes doing rich dude shit. That is not to like, you know what I mean? Like, no, if you're an enthusiast and you want a big sedan from BMW, you go buy the M5
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
same money, but way fast and fun, sort of fun to drive. It's still a big fucking pig, but at least you get 900 horsepower out of them, like pretty easily.
And speaking
Anyway.
of BMW, in South Africa, they have a flamethrower as an anti-theft deterrent.
Dude,
It's an option.
Yes.
Dude,
That's
South
what's
Africa
up.
is,
Shut the fuck up.
dude, South
Did
Africa
you get
is
the
a
price
trip.
on that option?
No, I didn't. I didn't find the price.
47 goat heads. That was razor.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is the EV6. This is the. I said I owned it like right
Oh,
after
yeah.
that.
Dude,
Like,
yes.
look at this thing. This looks like you know what I mean? This looks like a Hot Wheels. And you
It
can do
really
this.
does.
You can do this because you do not have to worry about normal packaging constraints. And I fucking applaud them for taking advantage of that and doing something really fucking cool. But like, look at the interior. Hey,
You're gonna
it's
have to type that in.
it's a screen, and it's a straight dash with
Yeah.
a screen
Very-
on it.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
disgusting.
Yeah, it's all this. It's
I
all
mean,
kind of the same.
I will that's a better interior than any fucking Tesla or that Rivian that I fucking saw. I mean, at
Dude,
least the
Tesla's
seats look
interiors are fucking
they're fucking disgusting.
so stupid.
But at least like that has like a broken up screen. Like there's buttons and stuff still
There's
there.
some
like
kind of
it,
character, right? Yeah, the
yeah,
seats have
like
a
it-
funky color. Yeah, like,
the stereo actually has buttons and shit on it. Like
that's true.
like,
That's fair. Yeah,
you
not
know,
all capacitive bullshit.
Tesla's just a fucking
Bro, the fact, like, dog, the fact
Ugh.
that like they sell a car that doesn't have a gauge cluster is the craziest thing to me.
dude. What the fuck?
Right? Like, it's like we're not allowed to have like laser headlights in the States, but I can have a speedometer that I have to touch a screen and not look at
see?
my right.
Right.
That's cool. Like we'll let this fucking dude trick people into selling people self-driving cars, quote unquote, that don't self-drive, and then when they crash and kill and murder people, he's still just allowed to sell them. Like, what are we doing?
Right.
The fuck are we doing, dude? It's like, I think Tesla gets away with a lot because they were the first ones, and they really lit the fire in the industry to like do all this. Like, you love him or hate him, Elon Musk started the electric car revolution.
Yes,
100%.
he did.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately.
There's the shit that fucking who was it that posted the Model 3 with the Let's Go Brandon license plate?
Oh, that was I think
yeah.
that was oh my god. Fuck it.
Rick,
Focus.
right? Anyway, and he was like, "What? Like, does nobody get the irony here?"
Richard. It was Richard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the conservatives hated Elon Musk because he was the electric car guy. Until he was like, "Oh, I'm not super a Democrat," and they're like, "Oh, he's all right."
Yeah, exactly.
I'll give him my money and fucking sell my old Chevy and buy a Tesla now
Yeah,
because
this thing's great.
Because he says he doesn't like Biden and
Dude,
he bought Twitter to own the libs. Yeah, great job.
bro, I can tell you the worst customers are the old people who buy electric cars. Like there should be like an
God.
age limit of this shit. Like I'm not trying
Yes.
to be rude,
That's ageist.
But, like-
You're being ageist right now, bro.
bro. There's my coworker is dealing with this old man who is like he had to be like 70 to like 72 years old. Sharp guy. I mean, the guy's sharp. He's on his phone. Like he knows how to get in and out of shit.
You're,
Like he's
you're
cool.
calling somebody else old and you just refer to them as sharp. Anyway, granddad, carry on with the story.
For a 70-year-old, most people are like, oh, he's old and frail.
But
I'm
who
like,
the
dude
fuck
was
says
cool.
sharp? He's like, I was supposed
I
to fuck
did.
with it. You know what I'm
Fucking
saying?
did. Shut up. Shut up.
You did.
Shut up.
Yo, bitch.
But no,
Anyway.
like he like he understands things, but trying to explain things about his electric car and like, because he's one of those dudes that like searches on Google all fucking day long, so he thinks he knows everything, kind of stuff too.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god!
I know a
couldn't
couple
explain
guys
anything
like
to
that.
him.
I have a podcast with them.
You could fuck you. Like you could explain shit to him because he thought he just fucking knew everything, dude. Like it just because
Yeah.
he couldn't understand how to fucking work the car.
Dude, I sell over the phone, man. All right. And I get it, Doug. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I just remember when Mr. Dickstein.
That's
with
not a
his
real name.
Taycan-
That's not a real name.
1,000%. 1,000%.
How did you not call that dude Dick Stain every time you walked in?
Because he's a very high power
he's
person
very important
around there.
That would make me
Uh,
want to say it more, if I'm being honest.
Well, he got one of the first Taycans. And when the Taycans came out, they had a
Dude.
recall for these software updates
Yeah, I
where
remember.
on driving on the freeway, they would just stop. working.
Yep.
And
Because the
Alex,
batteries would
when
overheat,
Alex-
right? Because the thing,
well,
yeah.
no, I mean, kind of.
Because like, wasn't it like the cooling system wasn't working properly or some shit like that? I can't. I remember reading about it.
None of the voltage was properly routed and programmed to where it was supposed to go. And so it was like a 9-hour software update for all the parameters for everything.
Right.
And Alex was brand new. I'm talking had to be like couple weeks in, and he answered the phone when Howard called with his Tycon freaking out. And he's like, "I'm sorry, sir, we don't have any loaners for you, and I don't know when we're gonna be able to get that recall done because we've got all these other ones." And he's like, "I will have your job." And this fool called the GM. He called Rick Nilo. He freaked out. Oh my
And we're
god!
like, he's
People
new.
that
He's super
I
new.
know, like,
sorry.
what?
Yeah.
Fuck that dude, man. Like, what gives you the
For real,
Money.
he's totally an
like
asshole.
Money.
Sure, money,
Yeah.
Money.
but still, like, so if Rick Nilo's car is in that shop, you're gonna put him above or in head of Rick Nilo, right?
And
Like, you're gonna give,
yes, and
you know what I
another
mean?
paying
No,
customer
yeah,
of Rick Nilo's.
right. That's what I'm saying. But it's
Right.
like,
Everybody's money
why?
is the same there, right? Like everybody's bills get
It.
paid the same. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But like, I'm gonna treat you like the guy who drove a fucking neon into the shop, the same that I'm gonna treat the guy who, drives in a brand new Dodge
Yeah. Rich
Viper
people don't
ACR or
like
some
that
shit,
shit,
right?
Kyle.
I don't give a shit. I fucking
I get
it's
that. No,
my
listen.
biggest pet peeve. Like,
No,
you come
listen,
in here thinking you're better than
I am
everybody.
with you. Listen, I
Yeah.
am with you, but the unfortunate fact of the matter is, and I'm gonna get on my lefty soapbox for 15 seconds. This country
No.
values money over people.
Oh, 100%.
We value money over everything. It doesn't matter if somebody sucks. No, hear me out. No, it doesn't matter if somebody sucks as a human being or if somebody's music is shit, Taylor Swift. It doesn't matter because it makes money. Taylor Swift's fucking
It
garbage. If you
does.
think, dude, Taylor Swift, fucking garbage. All right. Anybody that listens to
get
Taylor
it.
Swift is like, I love Taylor Swift. You don't actually have a personality and you haven't probably had a cognitive thought in the last 15 years. Anyway,
Hey,
Not what?
what? My daughter listens to Taylor Swift. Bro,
she's
calm
a teenager. She's allowed to not know things. It's fine. She gets a pass. Dude.
yourself.
If you're an adult human being, if you pay taxes, if you own a home and you listen to Taylor Swift, you're a fucking idiot.
You're that asshole doing 65 in the fast lane, just not
Exactly.
giving a fuck, right?
No,
Like,
you're the old
62.
man. No, you're the old man in your fucking Corvette doing 55 with the golf bag. In the back.
Oh my
Fuck
god,
you.
I saw
All
that yesterday.
Yeah. Can we clip that whole little tirade and just like make that a reel? Because I really want that to
Yeah.
be the platform that we blow up for.
yeah.
Yes.
Just
yes.
pissing fucking Swifties off for the rest of our career.
Yeah.
Great.
No, I mean, but that it does go back to. I remember working there, and there was people that literally it didn't matter what time of day, where you were at, you stopped what you did, you rolled the red carpet out because if you
I mean, these are people that spent millions of dollars at
if
the
you
Nilo
if
company.
you did not, and it got back to somebody, like it was not pretty for people, and you're just
Yeah.
like, okay,
Dog,
and
let me.
that's what we did.
I'll put it to you like this: I had Rich refuse to let me roll a Santander deal on a $2,500 down payment check because he thought it was gonna bounce. He made the dude fucking like get the cash together. He's like he can sign the documents, but we're not letting him take the car till the check clears. And I was like, wow.
What?
Yeah. What was a Santander deal at like 32% interest? It was fucking
Santander
wild.
is boo.
Yeah. And I was like, the dude has financing. He goes, not if he doesn't have $2,500 down. He doesn't.
Not
Right?
from Santander.
Yeah.
Right. So he's like, they're not going to give me a fucking inch. You know what I mean? And I was like, so I had to be like, yo, they want the money in cash or you can pick the car up when the check clears. And this is a Friday. He goes, when's that going to be? I'm like, Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? Is we're not going to deposit this shit till Monday. And then literally the next day rolled a $165,000 autobiography on a check.
Oh.
Damn.
Cash deal.
Yeah.
So money is everything. And it's fucked up. I'm with Kyle. This shit's bullshit. I hate it. But unfortunately, if you're in sales, you kind of have to fucking deal with it.
Yeah.
Right? Because the dudes who act like that, they have a lot of money. They buy stuff. They buy stuff when they don't need stuff. Right?
Right.
Because they'll buy
Yeah.
it from the person they like just because they like them. You know what I mean?
And
Even if they
If
don't
you're
use it.
buying a car, sure, whatever. But I'm talking about the whole service side of things.
No,
You're
service,
not going
yes,
to come into
yeah.
my restaurant. You're not going to come into my, my dealership and pretend that you're better than everybody else that's been there.
But
right?
here's the flip side of this, devil's advocate. When the dude who cut you a check for $165,000 comes in because the car that he paid you cash for screen doesn't work, and you tell him I don't have a loaner for your wife, and we're backed up for the next 3 weeks.
Do you have another car you can drive? Yeah. There are
Most of the
people,
time,
but what I'm saying is that there are legit people who in my shop right now that are waiting, or excuse me, that are making a decision on to keep their car, replace their engine, and they're in a rental that they can't fucking afford, right? And they're just driving this car around trying to either gather money for a down payment, what have you, who need a loaner versus the people who quote unquote
Oh no, listen,
are
I'm with
doing
you.
these cash
I am
deals
with you. Yeah. No, I get
and are
it. Trust me.
demanding,
Yes.
like free
It's
shit.
just not
Like, get
how
the
it
fuck out of
works.
here.
Dude, listen, I
Hey,
can go listen, if you really want to go down this fucking rabbit hole, Kyle, I have a lot of thoughts on this situation. A ton of
we can
them.
ramble
But
for a minute.
you know what? That's not what we do here, buddy.
Hey,
For a
Mike,
good
you remember
reason,
when
man.
Yeah.
you remember when Carmine got his loaner car for the Boxster? Carmine got a loaner car for the
Oh.
Boxster for the radio issue, and he literally has only driven the Boxster from the miles from the shop to his home and back from his home to the shop within a year of time for
He
maintenance.
never uses
And
his
then
car
when
and he still wanted a loaner.
yeah. And then when the Sirius XM thing happened and he needed a new radio, he left it here and we wouldn't give him a loaner because we know he doesn't drive it. And he called Porsche and complained, and they told us we have to give him a loaner car.
Yeah.
And that's
And,
like,
and
yeah.
he's parked in his garage and didn't touch it.
Which, by the way, this is also the same man that was the gentleman that paid us to pull his 991 engine out of the car, take it apart, add bigger heads and cams to it, and put it back together. And literally, I remember the last time I worked in that car, it had 17 miles on it. Doesn't drive the
That's
car
what I'm saying.
whatsoever.
They
Puts all this money into this car.
They just have the
Like
money.
literally, like doesn't need a loaner car whatsoever. Carmen, I'll
No.
get you right back and forth, no problem. Like we got you. Like no need a car.
I'll go pick the car up.
He won't let anybody drive him.
No. Like we'll send a truck. Like, just don't take my fucking loaner car. You know what I mean? Like, just please don't take my loaner car. I need the loaner car more than I need the $500 for the trailer to go pick your fucking car up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah,
Right.
no, listen, brother. I know. You know what I'm saying? I know. And it,
Have
yeah,
fun.
that's just listen. And I think we should just end on rich people are fucking whack and they ruin everything.
But you pay my bills, so thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just like nobody needs to be that rich, right? Nobody needs to be that rich. Nobody needs to be fuck you money rich. I firmly believe that nobody needs to be. I just go buy shit because I have nothing better to do with my time and I have more money than I know how to spend or could possibly spend. I'm gonna end this on an equation. Check this out. All right. I actually did the math on this in an argument with one of my buddies. Bill Gates would have to spend $145,263 an hour every hour, 24 hours a day until the end of his life. If his average life expectancy is that of an average wealthy male in the United States with access to healthcare, which is like 82 to 85, until the day he died, to spend all of his money.
It's disgusting.
$145,000 an hour. How long do you think you could actually keep that up for? Because I feel like after the first month, bro, I've run out of shit to buy. You know what I'm saying? Like I got houses, I got cars, I got a jet. You know what I'm saying? Like what
Right?
the fuck else do I need? I need a base on the moon. You know, like I
Not
don't
an
know.
island.
Right. Running around like Rocket Raccoon, like I need that guy's arm.
That one
Seriously.
guy did it perfect that got the 2022 GT3 in that special paint to sample color, and then
Yeah.
somebody totaled it on the road, and he's like, I bought another GT3 while I'm waiting for my new GT3 to arrive. Like he bought just a GT3 that was sitting at the showroom floor while he's waiting for his new one to come.
I'm fucking done. All right. Anyway, on that bombshell, fucking rich people are whack.
Bye.
Just start robbing folks in the street. You see somebody with something nice, just take. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. I didn't fucking. Please don't do that.
We did not say that. We definitely did not say
never
that.
said that. Never told you to do
No.
that. But what you should do if you want something nice, shiny, briny, and new, is go to our website and buy some of our merch. RevMatchPodcast.com. Mooch, yeah, right. Mooch, pretty much what I'm doing right now. But yeah, we got merch up. Please like and subscribe. Please, notification buttons. Those are huge. Bells, hit them
Big time.
for Twitch, YouTube. We are
Ding, 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 ding.
now even on more platforms audio wise. I've finally got us set up on iHeartRadio and a couple of other ones. So we should basically be fucking everywhere now. As far as I know, we have touched the butthole of every possible outlet on the internet. So
No reason not to listen.
no reason not to listen. Get
No
my
gloves.
fucking voice in your ear booty hole and listen to this shit. We will be back in a couple of weeks. Hopefully with a dude with a really fucking cool car.
Yay.
I like cars.
That thing is fucking sweet.
Mhm.
So you can look forward to more shenanigans, more rich people slander, and more talking about shit we can't afford on the next episode of the Rev Match Podcast. Everybody be good, be safe, drive safe. We'll catch you on the next one.